Oh snap! My bad. I was falling asleep. This came from Paz Azteca. Roger really cool. I started another live video, but what happened this time? I live like 32 minutes in. I had just started. I just deleted that. Starting all over again. Thanking the heavily for the opportunity to be able to see you guys and be back here in the studio. I added a little spice last night. I just got finished looking at some guys building their own studios on YouTube, and I don't know. I think we got more recorders than they are producers or writers. So, but it's cool though. You gotta do what you got to do. But your studio must be right. There's a lot of people out here playing games. Try like they got labs, but they don't have no labs. They got beginner joints. But it's all good. I'm here to inspire people, not to tell people what they have and what they should have. Because I remember how I started out with just a little teeny-weeny studio in North Philly over my wife's house on 11th Street with freaking a Fostex mixer and whatever. And then I grew up to have big boy stuff, and it is what it is. Now I downsized because I am where I am now. But I had big boy stuff, big boy studio gear, and everybody know that. All the people in North Philly came to my studio. From the rappers came, yo, man, I heard you had a nice studio. And they came on 9 there, you know what I mean? Montana Black can testify to that. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do. I bought some new gear last night. I want to talk about it. Audient Evo 4. Now, this is just a 2-in, 2-out mic pre. All right, and you can have here, you can control it from here on your computer if you have to. That's Evo 4. And, you know, as you can see, I move it around here, and it does what I do there. And if I move it around here, it do what I say do there. So it's a nice piece. Most software does have, you know, an interface of some sort on the computer. For me, I got this wired up now just to run instruments through it. So say, for instance, like if I want to run this mono poly through it, I can just hit right here. Actually, I got the mono poly actually running through the whatchamacallit right now, through the SSL. But I can wire it that the mono poly. I'll turn up a little bit. I don't have it real loud because I don't want it real loud. Because I can turn it real loud if I want to. I mean, kind of real loud. So it'll go through the SSL. But if I want it to actually go through the Evo, I come here to my patch bay. Oops, I got to turn it down because you just can't be freaking plugging stuff in and I turn it down. All right. So I have my patch bay set up over here that I know just about where everything was because I slept at 2 o'clock in the morning doing it. And now I have to unplug that because SSL don't like when you just pull plugs out without friggin' now it's calibrating itself. Now, here we go. And as you can see, now we got and the reason I want to run them through different pre's because again, I mean right now as you see I'm clipping here for some reason. Let me turn it down. Because there's not even running through it. But different mic pre's have different sounds. So like when I'm recording, then I'm recording a song. I'll let maybe the mono poly run through there, and then I'll switch over and I'll let the wave state run through this one. It all depends, but the more mic pre's you have, the better. That's the way it is. I've always done this. I've always done the same way. I'm a gearhead. I don't like having all them plugins inside of a computer because, again, if the computer goes down, I can still record. I'm never going to lose a client. Oh, man, the computer's down. That's all right, bro. We can still record because we're not locked down on a laptop or a desktop. All of a sudden, they're going to get a virus or whatever, and then you jammed up and you losing money. We don't do that. I've been doing studios for a long time. I've been trying to teach my boys in Philly about this, but, you know, they're on some old other, and I let them go about their business. But, you know, I'm always here to share, you know what I mean? And it's all good. They can do what they got to do. I'm going to do what I got to do. And that's professional level. That's how we do down here. So here, y'all have seen this before. So y'all see I got the 2 mono polys. I installed the wave state over here too. Because over here, since I have, on this computer, I had Figments. I think I might want Figments to have this whole laptop by itself. Because Figments require a lot of processing power. And my computer really wasn't set up for Figments, but it took it. So I said, well, even though I had wave state over here too. I had the wave state here too. So you got the wave state here, and I had the wave state on that computer as well. But you're always supposed to run in one computer at a time, but I'm not worrying about that. So that's the situation. So I can actually, I'm looking at another mic pre called the Presonus 2, and I'm going to stick that over here to let some of this stuff run through that. My whole thing is they had the highest quality A to D conversion and D to A conversion going into my songs, and I'm sounding like I'm playing out of a Tonka box, or I done got a computer, a whole bunch of plugins or whatsoever, and we an amateur night to Apollo. I don't do that. Like I said, I'm a real dude. I'm a real recorder. I'm a real performer. I'm a real artist. I'm a real studio owner. And people be around here faking like they got labs and they really don't. But instead of them coming to me like, yo, Raj, why don't you, can you show me how to do this? They won't do that because it's out of pride, and that's okay because Raj's still going to do what he do. And there's be a Grammy member, make songs, no Grammy winners like I did the other night, and that's how I do. And all the rest of them cats can sit there and play their hater game, and I know I shouldn't be going there, but I mean, that's how dudes are in Philly. If the hater game is real, and I don't care about the hater game because I'm still going to be popping off. Now, here we have, of course, y'all know I love my KO. I'll tell you, I play with this. I don't play it where when I first, when you first get a toy, you're like, yeah, man, I'm gonna play it. I've been playing this for a minute. I did it when I first got it, but now I'm over the fact that I know how to use it and sample and everything, so I don't really mess with it like I used to.
What's up?
And
what's up?
RaJuR.
So now I know how to sample all that stuff, which is cool. And then I have my MPC 1, which has like a myriad of sets. A bunch of sounds. So if you're familiar with MPC 1, that's what you get. And I even update the libraries. There's more libraries, more expansions, and all that stuff. But I need just enough sounds I can get my songs done because I ain't trying to do too much out of pocket. Like if somebody told me they want me to do a soundtrack for a movie or a play or whatsoever, then I'll have as many options as I have to, from wave state to all that stuff and Figments. But if I want to do relaxing music or something like that, I could do that as well. This studio is set up to record anything you want because I'm here to make that dollar and I'm here to get that big paper, and that's why I have this studio. All right, so here we go. So now, of course, I showed you my 500 series rack. I might be buying another extension to that. This young gentleman, he's selling a on a Holla at Your Boy, and I might grab it. I'm not sure yet, but he's selling 2 DBS compressors that I used to have. I used to have 2 of these 500 series racks, but I wasn't really doing that. And I sold it, got some money, and started buying some, some Saks high-end fashions, because y'all know I'm also a fashionista. Yeah, there's no one-trick pony stuff over here. People over there wearing that crazy stuff like they like fashionistas, and they're not looking real well. But instead of them coming to me, asking for advice on how to get your dress together, how to get your fit together, how to get your drip together, they'd rather go solo, and then they're embarrassing themselves. And I'm trying to help them out. But it's okay. They got to do what they got to do. Man, it seems like a fire. Hey, look, Luke, yeah, it's decent, man. I mean, like I said, for me, some of the stuff I've always had. I've always had my Panasonic Ramza mixers. I've always had those because the ADD converters in there is just crazy. You know what I mean? And a D to A is good on output. So I've always had those, I haven't gone there, but I've had a lot of bigger equipment when it comes to my racks. I used to have 3 racks. I have 3 racks now. I got a minimum rack here. But all my stuff is ready to go. I can't have a one-trick pony. A lot of people around me playing games, they got the one-trick pony, 2 mics, 1 preamp, and you can't work like that. Everything don't work the same. So I got an option down here. I don't know how many preamps I have. I had the SSL. We got the Audien Evo 4. We got the preamps built into the Steinberg. We had the preamps built into the Claret. We had preamps built into the Sapphire. We have preamps built into the Tampa. We got preamps all over the place. There's no way we're not going to have preamps. Even when you use this SM7B, this SM7B is plugged into the Soyuz. You know what I mean? It says professional Mac studio radio. No, it's more studio. Everything is studio. But if I had to go radio, I don't know what radio would entail for me. I guess I can do radio. Man, what's frequency? Well, frequency for me is really just sonic responses to what you do, because everything has a frequency, right? So again, I can play these instruments here. My mono, poly, and all that stuff, and they have frequencies. You know, it is what it is. Whatever has a frequency. But for me, frequency for me is not just having frequency just for the sake of saying a word. Frequency is just about making a song. I mean, I'm gonna tell you like I've tell everybody. Look, you can have all the greatest equipment in the world, but if you don't make any good songs, you're just wasting money. And I think on the way that I do things, because I work with, major artists, I work with producers, I work with people who are on a major level. Philly don't know what I do, because if I tell them what I do, it'll be even more hate than what I'm getting now, right? But it's all good. I try to keep myself to myself, except for the night, only because I'm talking about my studio. But you just got to keep it real with yourself. Again, I always tell people it's really simple to know. I've learned this since I was 19 years old. Every album that's made might have 2-3 hits. Now, back in the day, Gamble and Huff and Philly, they can put an album might have 6 hits on the album. But 4 or 5 of them hits on the album. They had an 11-song album, a 10-song album. 3 of them didn't make it. And they use the exact same equipment. They didn't change. They still probably use the same mic, which is probably a U87 back then or whatever it was, or maybe even some U67s. They use the same mics. But if you don't have a good song, it's not a waste of money, because your music is your music. Everybody's music's not going to hit. I had my friend Wouter Hellerman. He won a Grammy last night. I know 2 Grammy nominees, Ricky Cash and the Baylor Project. I know them. They were Grammy nominees, but they didn't win a Grammy. But it's sometimes not about you winning a Grammy. It's about you putting out good music. Even when you don't think it's good music, some other body might think, yo, man, that song sucks. Somebody's like, yo, man, that song is fire. And then back and forth, you might say, man, that song is, man, I know I'm doing some of this song, and everybody and their mama don't like that song. It doesn't matter. You still got to do the music you like. Like a lot of these people in this business, you can't really trust the business per se. You can't trust the business, because the business is all paid off. How did Beyonce get a country western Grammy being only a Grammy artist for 1 year? That's because she does the mansion parties. That's because she does the sacrificial, all that stuff for all the women who comes and becomes part of Hollywood. That's what she does. Of course she's going to win. She's a gatekeeper. So that's why me being a Grammy artist is not because I want to win a Grammy more than I just want to expose my music to Grammy members. And that's what I've done. Again, Grammy Awards, Grammy. I've been to the Grammys, and I know Grammy members who've won Grammys. So it's not really about that. It's really about the music that you feel is good to you. Not everybody gonna like your music. There's just no way you're gonna tell me that a lot of y'all, yo, Beyonce won last night. I love that song. You probably never even heard that song. All you know is Beyonce won. So keep it real with yourself. I don't care what level you're on. There's a lot of people in Philly think they're on levels, and they're not on levels. They're on beginner levels. They haven't reached my pinnacle yet. I'm not here to say that I'm the pinnacle of the guy, but my projects, my albums, the collaboration I have with major recording artists speaks for itself. And the reason, again, I don't talk about it a lot around Philly, because they'll be hating on me, because Philly just likes to hate people. So please, if you got people in your town, your city, whatsoever, that try to bring you down and try to ignore what you do, don't worry about it. Just keep doing what you do. Just keep doing what you do. Regardless of whether they ain't gonna never like your music. They gonna like your music even if they like it. They'll never tell you. So you keep doing what you do. You invest your money in the money you need, but make sure you buy the right equipment. This stuff is a lot of trial and error. Like, I've had some of the best equipment in the world on my bigger studios back in the day. I've had Tube Tech, Millennium Media. I've had Avalons. I've had everything. I never had Manly stuff, but I've had some of the greatest equipment you can have in a studio. I've had it. I had Shadow Hills. There's nothing I never had in my studios. I am not a doggone rookie poo. I am a total professional when it comes to wiring up studios, having studios, and maintaining studios and making good music. You see what I'm saying? Now back to Professor Matt Machado. You said big equipments. And of course, it's not really big, but out of all the studios I've been looking at on YouTube, I've had just as much equipment as they have, but some of my equipment is more like, I'm more into making music, whereas they're more into recording. So for me, I got a lot of sound modules because I am a producer. I make music. I got a Akai 2000 XL. I have the MPC-1. I have a KO. But the studio I just looked at tonight, all they had was guitars. Not all they had, but they had guitars, drums, and keyboards. Because they're not really producers, they are recorders. There's a difference when you have a studio. There's a studio that does everything, which I do. I can play all the instruments. I can record. I can cut vocals back there in the vocal room. I can do all that. That's what I do. I've been doing it for years. I've been doing this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But then there's people who have studios and all they do is just record. They got guys who have studios, all they do is master. You have people that record and master. You have all that. But me, I'm all around. I can do it all. I can compose songs. I can make songs. I can produce songs. I can record songs. I can master songs. I can sing songs. And I play all the instruments. And that's not a bragging point. That's to say that if you really are going to continue to do what you do, make sure you take it to a whole nother level, or don't be faking the game and acting like you're doing more than what you do. I see people doing that around Philly a lot. I don't say nothing. I might mention it to them softly, but don't do that. That's not even a good look, because the real professional around here look at you and laugh at you. You got to stop doing that. Bros, y'all got to stop doing that. The singers out there, you got to stop doing that. Y'all on some amateur level, but y'all want to act like y'all doing pro level. You're not doing pro level. I haven't seen none of y'all in the studio doing singing background for any major artists. So you still on amateur level. That's just the way it is. Kids study now and repent. Bro, I repent every doggone day, bro. I be trying to stay out of trouble. Make music wave, no doubt. I saw it really flagged because I was looking at the meeting between Trump and Netanyahu. I am also very close to what's going on in the world. I need to know. I need to know when I'm getting into gold and silver. I need to know whether I'm getting into fashion, or I need to know where I need to get into music. Or I need to start liquidating stuff and go one way and buy stocks. A lot of people just don't know, but they don't want to know. They'd rather look at me and try to bring me down, knowing that I know more than they know, but it's cool. And again, I start my video out just trying to keep it real, but I always got to keep it real with y'all to tell y'all that Philly is not the town you want to be in when you're doing big things and other people looking at you and they cutting your throat behind your back. It's all good, though, because it doesn't stop this from happening. It doesn't end me being a Grammy member. It doesn't end me going to the Grammys, being a part of the Grammys. Just came from a Grammy event 2 weeks ago in AC. But the other people here, they're envious. They're jealous. And I ain't got no problem with that. You got to do what you got to do mentally. I'm not that mental midget. I'm a productive midget. And that's why I'm showing y'all my studio. Not just to talk about the things I have in my studio and who I work with and what I am capable of doing, but to also know that, it's a lot of mental stuff. You're going to have a lot of people telling you that, oh, yeah, your music sound garbage, or, your equipment ain't that good. Or, you're going to have a lot of that. Just ignore them. Keep doing what you do. Keep writing good songs. Keep writing the songs that you like. Keep doing the projects that you like to do. And if you got somebody trying to come at you with a bad project, you got to tell them, nah, man, I think I'm a bypass on that. You know what I mean? Because I don't shoot sunshine up people's butts. I have people send me demos all the time. Oh, man, how you like that? If you don't get an answer back from me, that means I just wasn't interested. But everybody want to be a star. It's not about being a star. Being a star costs you money. Being a star costs you life. Being a star costs you consequences. Being a star costs you sacrifices. Y'all see what's happening in Hollywood? I never signed a record contract in my life, even though I was offered them. I never wanted a record contract in my life. I am no Blue Chew. I am no Diddy. I do everything myself. All 11 of my albums I did all on my own. I put people down in Philly who never been on an album in their life and got Grammy members to hear them, and they never thanked me not one time. I've helped people get record deals, such as Gordon Banks. Through my man, he was like, can Gordon come and use your studio so he can try to get a record deal on money because all the studios in Philly closed? I said, come on down, bro. How much? I ain't going to charge you nothing. I never heard from Gordon Banks ever in my life for giving him an opportunity to let him use my studio when he really needed to do it. That's how people are, and that's how Philly people are, and that's how musicians are. Some of them are cutthroat, some of them backstabbers. But I'm telling you, ain't nothing gonna stop RaJuR Real Deep Cool, Rock the House Studios, and what we do. And this is to all those who out there faking the game. I'd rather help you than you sitting there killing yourself, wishing I would do bad. That's not a good look. It's not a heavenly look. Get it together and come see me, and I'll treat you like I know you never really despised me. I'll treat you like it never happened. All right? So take this, share my video, please, and let people know. Never give up on what you want to do. This is not a dream. This is work. When you decide to get into this business, it is work. Oh, man, I dream of being a recording artist. I dream of being a producer. No, don't dream of nothing. Dream of doing the right thing. Dream of being alive. Dream of trying to keep your life right. And if you do that, then you'll get to the position that you're able to do this stuff for years and years and years. And I still get a pension. And I'm a military veteran. And I'm a model and actor. So I can do all that stuff. I've done all that. It's not even a deal for me. But you have a lot of people don't like you for doing all that because they can't do everything. And they know they need you, but they're not going to come to you because they know that you already put them on loud, you already put them on blast, and now they're scared to come. Come and say, yo, I heard what you said, Raj. And you are right. What can you help me with? I got you. Not a problem. Long as you acknowledge it, we good to go. I'm out later. I got to go to bed. Night, night.